In a way, what's happened over a number of years is that we've increasingly integrated everything. There's no longer any separation between bumpers and bodywork. Everything is the same material, everything is painted, and the function of things is no longer identifiable. And so with Cactus we've got another way of looking at it, which is to separate functions, make them identifiable. We've reintroduced bumpers, which have not existed for 20-30 years on cars, but turned them not only into a functional element, but it's also new technology. It's absorbing shocks through new technology using air, and it's also a graphic part of the design, and it also allows us to revisit extreme purity and simplicity in the surfacing and in the volumes. And this is a reflection and a clear indication of what the car will feel like to drive. The front end identity is composed of the lighting function separated into two. On the upper level we have the daylight running lights, and then below the main functions for the headlights with a very, very pure volume and surfacing, which is enabled by the use of graphic elements, which are what we call air bumps. It's a new technology invented by Citroen, and this really gives it a new kind of identity and also allows us to have this extremely pure design. So at the rear of the car, again, we have air bump. We also have, again, because of the breakup of the surfaces with different materials, it allows us, again, to have extremely pure surfaces. And one of the things about the car, which I think is really worth noticing, is the fact that there is not a single crease line in the surfaces other than those crease lines, those break lines, which surround functional elements. So the taillight function is using a very simple motif, but one which, through an optical effect, creates a tremendous feeling of depth, even though the actual function is really slender and lightweight. Citroen has always been about comfort, and our real belief is that this changes completely the feeling of easiness and your ability to relax. We also have, for example, an absolutely tremendous armrest here, so it's just an extremely nice place to be. It just feels great, and it does change the way it feels when you're driving and when you're sharing the space with someone. And then in terms of materials, well, everything is very natural, everything is non-treated in a way. It's honest. We have, for example, leather which is tanned naturally, it's tanned through time, and so no treatment, no artificial additives, if you like. And again, this very light material here, which brings light into the interior, and fabric on the door panels, which again is simple but sophisticated. We've moved away from traditional automotive treatment of details and fixtures and fittings and functions. For example, on the doors, we've moved away from the grab handle just to a very simple belt, and it's the same on the dashboard. Again, we've got these little ways of treating details. So to achieve this level of simplicity associated with also sophistication, it's meant that we've really rethought the way to organize interior space, starting with, for example, the dashboard, where rather than integrating everything into one object, we've separated things. So each function finds its place. We have the dash information, the driver information, which is just on this extremely simple display here. In the center, everything that is for navigation and for infotainment. And then on the passenger side, quite simply, a place to store things, which is accessible, which is visible, which is easy to use.